Gold prices smashed through a point of resistance yesterday, and it is well on its way to its next point of resistance. And I feel like we might be breezing through that one as well. And we're going to be taking a look at that in today's video. Welcome back, guys, to the Independent Experience. I'm IndyXP Bullion, and this is your morning market wake-up call for Tuesday, May 18th, 2021. Let's go ahead and jump right on into the markets and see where we're starting today off at. Gold, as said previously, is up significantly at 1874.46. Silver is also up very significantly at 28.56, and that gives us a ratio of 65.63. Platinum is down a little bit, currently at 1233.53. Palladium is up slightly at 2945.77, and rhodium is down $600 at $27,000 even. We have seen some recovery in base metals the last 24 hours. Copper is up, currently at 470. Nickel also up at 810. Aluminum is up at $1.11. Zinc is at $1.38. And lead is at $1 even. We've seen some small gains in barrels of crude oil. Barrels are currently going for 66.42. We saw losses on Wall Street, although they were modest losses. The Dow Jones was down 54 points at 34,327.79. The Nasdaq was down 50 points at 13,379.05, and the S&P 500 was down 10 points at 41,63.29. We saw some significant losses in the U.S. dollar index yesterday. Currently, those are down. The U.S. dollar index is down at 89.83. That's the lowest we've seen it in the last few months. If you guys trade in cryptocurrencies, we are down, but they are trying to recover some. Bitcoin is up ever so slightly at 45,529.80, and Dogecoin is at 50 cents. If you guys are looking to trade a gold back today, whether that be the Utah and the Nevadan or the New Hampshirean, those are exchanging for $3.81 still. I do, like I said, anticipate that to go up once their market opens. Actually surprised it did not go up yesterday. As I said at the beginning of the article, beginning of the video, in today's article, sorry, I haven't had enough coffee yet today. Maybe that's the thing. Before we jump in, maybe I'll do a quick swig here. Okay, all right. That touches the soul a little bit. We broke through a point of resistance yesterday in gold at 1850, and we are well on our way to 1900. Let's take a look at this article. This comes to us from Anna Golubova at Kitco News. It is titled, "Here Comes $1,900 Gold Prices. All Eyes on U.S. Data." Gold is getting a boost from a more downbeat U.S. economic data outlook, according to TD Securities, which sees the coveted $1,900 an ounce level as within the precious metals grasps. The $1,900 level has been eluding gold since the beginning of January, when the precious metal began its downtrend, which only ended last month after gold seemed to have bottomed out at just above $1,680 an ounce. Going forward, investors should keep a close eye on gold's relationship with the U.S. macroeconomic data that have been disappointing recently, especially when it came to the U.S.'s latest unemployment and retail numbers. Quote, "Gold tends to outperform when economic data is weakening and underperforms when economic prospects improve. Economic data expectations are often adaptive, falling sharply following a negative shock such as a COVID shutdown and the accompanying weak data. Conversely, when data inflects higher, the consensus tends to extend the developing positive trend higher, often overestimating future activity," TD Securities head of commodity strategy Bart Bellick explained. And right now is the time when markets digest several misses in the market front. Market consensus is also likely to downgrade its expectations, Malek added. All of this could help push gold even higher. Quote, as the data starts to follow a downward trajectory again and the market enters the corrective part of the data cycle, yields should be down and the US dollar may be under pressure, which obviously we talked about here today. We're back under 90 on that US dollar index. Given that the Fed still has an aggressive full employment mandate, inflation expectations may do what they did when the data was beating expectations, but in reverse, dropping less than yields. Low real yields should send gold higher again, he said. On Monday, this is yesterday, gold surged nearly $30 with the June COMEX gold futures last trading at $1867.80, up 1.62% on the day. The precious metal broke several critical technical barriers, which accelerated the momentum higher. This article does go on, but I think we'll go ahead and end it right there for you guys. So we are getting ever so close to breaking that $1,900 barrier. I know that at the beginning of the year, a lot of us talked about our projections for where gold was going to be. On this channel, we said 2,100. I'm glad to see that it's turning around. Here in the last 2 months, I'd say we've seen, or probably 7 or 8 weeks, we've seen gold rise from about 1710 up to where it's at now at 1870. So, hopefully we do get to see a little bit more gains on that. On this channel, we talked about that our year-end goal was $2,100, so hopefully we can see that happen. What do you guys think? We are seeing a pretty swift upswing in both gold and silver. Actually, silver, we didn't really talk about that in the article, but silver is up $1 since our video yesterday. So that's a big plus for everybody involved, I think. But are your targets still where you think your targets should be? Are you making adjustments? At the beginning of the year, there was a lot of videos here on YouTube of guys saying, oh, gold's going to the moon and we're going to see $3,000 gold, or we're going to see $100,000 gold and $10,000 silver. Of course, those guys are pumpers. We don't believe them. I will say that I think silver's, we had originally said $36 was the target for this year for silver. I don't think we're going to get there, but $36 does sound pretty good. I think when I last revised it, I think I said 32, which I think is still an attainable goal. But with gold, I still think $2,100. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Where are we going with precious metals prices? Are we at the point of the cycle where we're starting to see things creep back up and is going to continue going up, or is this just kind of a little bump before we see things come back down? Be anxious to hear what you guys have to say down in the comments below. Guys, I do greatly appreciate every single one of you, and if you happen to appreciate old IndyXP Bullion, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button for me right there. It helps me out immensely in defeating the YouTube algorithms. If you happen to be new to the independent experience and you want to keep up to date on when all my content comes out, make sure you hit the subscribe and jingle bell right there in the corner, bing bong, so you can stay notified of when that new content comes out. Of course, there's going to be a box that pops up here on this side of the screen. You can start clicking through these videos at your heart's content at the end of this one. Guys, I've been IndyXP Bullion from the Independent Experience, and I'm here again to remind you, if the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find your pockets heavy.